Today I'm in Riyadh, and this behind me is the Kingdom Tower, most iconic building in Riyadh. And that's where my hotel, the Four Seasons, is located. I've never stayed at a Four Seasons before, and I was shocked to see how relatively affordable this one is, so I thought I'd have to try it out. I'll tell you how much I paid later on, but for now, I need to get inside. It's just over 40 Celsius, so I'm about to melt. I actually arrived here last night on a flight on the brand new Riyadh Air, so let's jump back in time to that, and I'll show you around my room. I just had a nice check-in experience. As soon as I was out of the taxi, just escorted straight over to the check-in desk, and then I was escorted straight up to the room. I was offered a full tour of the room, but I just wanted to get settled in myself, and I'm sure I can figure it all out. I booked a Superior King room, which is the entry-level room, but I did get upgraded to a Deluxe, and that's all due to how I booked the hotel, which I'll come on to later. But for now, let's do the tour. And here we are. Welcome to the room. There are a few things back there behind me, which I'll show you in a little bit, but I'm just going to focus on the main room area to start. So there's a nice bar area here. We've got an espresso machine, a few cups and glasses. In this drawer, there's a few little snacks and some pods. And then we have our minibar items, which I'm sure will be super expensive. Oh, nothing in there. We've got a massive counter space along here and massive TV over here. I don't know if the camera really makes it clear just how big this is. This bed, cannot wait to try out. And then next to here, we've got a nice bedside table. There's a tablet here, which, okay, what we got? All our information. You can request things like room cleaning, turn down service, wake up call. Got our dining on here. Can I order room service on this? So there's hotel information. Let's see. Okay, got some good things here. Oh, it looks like I probably can order through this, which is pretty handy. I'm definitely going to get something ordered soon. And then behind this, there's a few controls to the room. So I'm assuming this is lights. Maybe? Did that get more bright? Oh yeah, there we go. That's changing the brightness of the room. Can make things nice and bright for the room tour. And then this will do my curtains, I guess, which are over there. And then in terms of charging, we've got the universal outlet and 2 USB-A ports. They've put my luggage here, so they've brought that up to the room for me. And then this slides along or opens up the window to the bathroom. At the other side of the bed, I can see they've already done the turn down service, so they've got slippers set up by the bed for me. Got the remote set up by the bed. Is there anything in this? Was that for the remote? Yeah, that's where the remote goes. Got our phone, and then just a duplication of what's over at the other side. And then I think these are just drawers. Oh, we do have some things in here. Mostly empty. Then we've got the seating area. So got a chair, a nice big sofa, and on the table we've got the Four Seasons magazine. Quite like this little arch thing, it's quite cool. And then we've got the view out here. So I am on the 46th floor here. The hotel goes up to floor 48. I think it's 32 to 48 is the hotel. I'm on 46, so one of the highest you can get. But it is pretty dark now, so I don't know if I'll have much of a view. I don't know why I'm trying to do this. I need to be pressing a button, don't I? Ah. Oh, that was the main curtains. Ah, there we go. Found the right button. Can you see anything out there? You can just see my reflection, but it looks like you can see incredibly far into the city. That'll be amazing to look at in the morning. And then I've got a nice dining area / workstation. So, welcome bowl of fruit. These chairs look pretty nice as well. And then we have a little mirror here too. There's all these nice little light fixtures around. Does this move? Yeah, that's quite cool. And then what do we have in here? Okay, just stationary. Right, let me show you from the entrance now. As you first come in, there's this nice entry hall area. Over on the left, we've got a wardrobe with a yoga mat and an umbrella, some blocks, good few hangers, a massive pillow. Ooh. Slippers, horn and all the other stuff. And then in here we've got the safe, laundry, a few drawers. Opposite the wardrobe we have the bathroom. Absolutely massive countertop area, just the one small sink though, which is a bit unusual for a hotel like this. On the left we've got the bath, which is quite a short bath, but I'll not be using this, but it does look nice. And you've got a little window through to the main room. Got the shower, which looks very nice. And these are all the products. Eau de Magnolia. The robes with the Four Seasons logo. And then let's see what amenities we've got here. So there's body lotion, proper liquid hand soap, which you'd like to see. There is a bar, but always prefer the liquid soap. Got some nice toothpaste, shaving cream, shaving kit, and dental kit. And a couple of towels. And then underneath the sink, what have we got in here? Hairdryer. And I think that's a pillow for the bath. And then through here, we've got a nice little toilet room, nice little cosy light in here. Can get all relaxed. Just a standard loo though, you don't have any kind of fun Japanese style toilet or anything. Oh, but there is like a brass bum gun. Is it brass? Gold? Something like that. Let's see what the bed's like. Okay, that's incredible. That is going to be a very nice night's sleep. And we've got a lot of pillows, which all seem incredibly soft. Yeah, this is going to be a nice day. I'm just gutted I've only got the one night. But I've got a late checkout, 4 PM. First things first though, my stomach is rumbling, so I think I'm going to get something ordered on room service. We'll see how long that takes and how good it is. Right, well, dinner has arrived. It just got brought in, set up on this lovely table for me, right in front of this massive TV. So I'm going to enjoy this and probably put something up on YouTube. Right, let's give this a try. Those chips are incredible, the seasoning on them. I've got these little mini shawarma wraps, chips, and then there's like the lettuce, gherkins, and a bit of aioli. Give me a knife and fork, but I'm just going with fingers for this. Right, that is amazing. So it was 210 Saudi riyals, which I think is about 40 something quid. So it's probably using up just over half of my $100 credit, because that'd probably be, what, 60-ish, maybe just below that. I've got breakfast included, and then ideally I want to be able to get something for like a late lunch tomorrow. But I think there should be a few things on the menu that'll work for that. One thing I've noticed with all of this, you know, they've thought to bring a flower, got the nice tablecloth, there's actually like no napkin or anything. So I've got to be quite careful eating this. Dinner was absolutely fantastic, and I didn't want it to end just yet. So after I finished, I grabbed the tablet again and ordered up some tiramisu. Not a very traditional looking tiramisu, but like the main course, it was excellent. And this time they did actually bring a napkin for me. Right, time for bed. It's about 11:30 now, which I think is 9:30 UK time, so not that bad. I've had my workstation set up here, just been doing a bit of editing, and that's pretty much how I spent my evening, apart from that break to have my lovely dinner. I'm probably not the freshest after spending all day on a plane, so I think quick shower, try that out. Then I get to enjoy this lovely bed, and I'll see you in the morning, let you know how I slept, and then properly show you around the rest of the hotel. Right, morning. So the bed last night, absolutely fantastic. Really comfortable. Didn't have the longest sleep ever, but I got enough. And after 2 espressos this morning, feeling ready to go now. although I could probably easily spend just all day staring out this window. People pay good money to go to the top of this building and get the view. Nice to have this view included in the cost of the room. So it's currently 9:30 a.m. I've tried my best to stay on UK time, so it's like 7:30 in the UK. And plan now is to go to the gym. I think from what I've seen online, it's a pretty impressive gym, so looking forward to checking that out. And after that, I'll come back up here, shower, and get ready for breakfast. The shower, by the way, I tried it last night. It is really nice. I probably prefer if the pressure could just be like maybe 10% higher. But aside from that, all good. They told me yesterday that breakfast runs until 11:30 a.m. and I'd probably prefer to get it as late as possible. It can be a nice post-workout meal for me, and then it hopefully means I don't need to pay for a substantial lunch, because I don't have a huge amount of my credit left. I'd love to not have to spend any extra on this stay. I'll better go get ready now so that I don't leave it too long and miss breakfast. So heading down to the gym, and this gym might just be the best hotel gym I've ever had. And that's against some pretty stiff competition, because I always try to get a hotel with a good gym when I can. Now, you know how in a lot of hotel reviews you'll get someone who briefly walks into a gym and says something along the lines of how it's a good gym and has everything you need, but it's literally just 3 treadmills and 2 weight machines and the lightest set of dumbbells you've ever used. Well, this gym actually has everything you need. It's honestly got better equipment than half the commercial gyms I've been a member of. All types of equipment for whatever training split you're doing. You'll find a separate women's training room, although women are welcome to use the main gym too if they prefer. And there's even a squash court in here. The gym staff were great too, keeping machines stocked with towels and water, and they were also very friendly. You need to check in to use the gym, and when I returned for another workout in the afternoon, they remembered me and welcomed me back by name. Next to the gym you have the unfortunately male only spa, and then the outdoor pool that's open to all. It's not the grandest outdoor pool and it doesn't exactly scream luxury Four Seasons hotel to me. But they had lounges, seats and sunscreen and after sun were available. And that is about it in terms of the main hotel facilities, aside from the restaurants and cafes over by the lobby. So after a quick shower, I made my way back downstairs for breakfast. Breakfast is in Cafe Boulud and features an a la carte menu as well as a light buffet. The level of service at breakfast was exceptional. I arrived just before they closed, but I was told I could still order anything I wanted from the menu and also that I could go off menu. My waiter Alexander was great for making suggestions for additional items and courses that I could order. I went for steak and eggs from the menu, and I helped myself to some pineapple from the buffet, which was perfectly sweet. And shortly after, my ordered cappuccino arrived. The steak and eggs looked like a lighter portion than I'd expected, but this was served with potato, peppercorn sauce and avocado. The steak was cooked absolutely perfect, really tender and juicy. The avocado was slightly underripe, but everything else was really good. To finish, I had a waffle with Nutella and berries, which had been suggested by Alexander. The waffle was light and slightly crispy, and a perfect end to a lovely late breakfast. Well, breakfast there was absolutely fantastic. Really great food, really great service. And now I'm nice and full, not feeling the need for lunch or anything. It's 11:30 now. I'll probably check how much credit I've got left on the old account and maybe use up some more before I leave. But yeah, hopefully it won't need to be anything too substantial. So I've got just over 4 hours left in the hotel. I think I'm probably going to do a bit of work now, and then I might head down to reception at some point and try and be a bit cheeky, see if they'll extend my stay at all. I know 4 PM checkout's already a bit late, but sometimes when you ask nicely, and if they've got availability, they will push it back a few more hours. And my flight isn't until 2 AM, so I don't want to be leaving here too early. Don't have the highest hopes they'll allow that, but we'll see. So I was just about to head down to reception to ask about the late checkout. I've just noticed this with the mirror, so it's a nice full-length mirror. But I've just realised these fold in each side. How good's that? Yeah, so that ended up being a complete no-go on the late checkout. And to get the extension that I ideally would have wanted would have been £175, which when I think of that on a per hour basis, probably not worth it. All I'm realistically going to be doing is just relaxing in the room, maybe doing some work. Quite happy with the rate that I've paid for this for the time that I've spent here. And I think throwing more money at it would just make it less worthwhile. I did also have a quick look online actually, and I saw that a hotel that I previously stayed at in Riyadh, which is pretty nice, they have rates available for tonight for just £60. Now if I check out here at 4, I'll only need to be there for about 6 or 7 hours, which is a pretty nice hourly rate, so I'm probably just going to move there at 4 p.m. But how much have I paid for my stay right here? Well, I paid £347 in total. Now that's a lot more than I usually pay per night for a hotel room, but for just under 350 quid, I had this incredible room for the night with its very comfy bed, the incredible view. And I know we're only about halfway up the Kingdom Tower here, but people do pay, I think it's around 50 quids for the view at the top. Honestly, the view here is all I would need. So I'm counting that as saving money on an activity of not needing to go up to the top of the tower. I also get the really good breakfast included, and I got my room service dinner included last night, and I still have a bit of credit left over that I'll probably put towards a snack before I leave. When you factor all of that in, I think 350 quid for a luxurious stay like this is pretty good. I've been really happy with the room. It's been set up absolutely perfectly for both relaxing and working. I think it's beautifully decorated. Every surface or space of the room just looks stunning. The bathroom is great. The shower, probably the weakest element of it, just because I do think it could do with being a little bit stronger. But overall, a really fantastic room. In terms of the other facilities of the hotel, well, obviously you've got the pool area outside. The gym has to be one of the best hotel gyms I've ever had. They do also have a spa, which admittedly I've not gone into. And there are a few additional restaurants that I've not tried as well. But the food that I have had has been brilliant. I think the room service, the food on there does come from one of the restaurant menus. Really nice quality. And I thought, you know, it's on the pricey side. Obviously it's included for me. I think if you're paying for it individually, it's not a cheap meal. But I didn't think it was outrageously expensive either for what you get. And the food at breakfast was great quality too. If I was staying here multiple nights, I think that's where the value for money starts to diminish a bit. £350 is a great deal when you get all the inclusions like the late checkout, like the breakfast, and like the $100 credit. And I got all these things because I booked it via Amex Fine Hotels and Resorts. So this is a perk that comes with my Amex Platinum card. When I book via Amex, I get all of these perks included. You also get things like early check-in, which isn't guaranteed, and you get the chance of the room upgrade, which I got today. When you include all those perks on a one-day daily rate, it's a fantastic deal. But as soon as you're staying kind of 2 to 3 days, you know, that same $100 credit, you don't get one every single day, you just get one for the whole stay. You can obviously only use your late checkout once. The only one that carries over multiple times is that obviously if you get upgraded, you're upgraded for your whole stay. And if you have the breakfast, you're having that every day. I'm sure it probably helps that I'm traveling out of season here. It's the start of July. It's roasting hot outside. It's 43 degrees Celsius at the moment. You can't really do a lot of sightseeing or activities during the day, so you're not getting the usual tourism. So given how things have been in the Middle East the last few months, there's probably a lot fewer people traveling than there usually would be. I mean, when I booked my flights for this trip, the UK government was still advising against all but essential travel. That's only just been lifted. So I'm sure the rate I'm getting here was a particularly good one. But if you are traveling out of season, you can get a rate like this. It's a no-brainer. Really great place to stay, especially if you're here on just a short visit like I am. That said, when I look at the room rate for this other hotel that I'm going to move to later, 60 quid a night, it gets a bit more difficult to justify paying the 350. When I first booked this place, all the other hotels that seemed decent quality, most of them were looking like roughly £200 a night. So my logic was that rather than booking a cheaper hotel for 2 nights, I would just book this hotel for 1 night and get the late checkout, and that would work out cheaper and have all these inclusions. But obviously it looks like because there's been low demand, the prices on those other hotels have now dropped. So if I just looked and booked later, I might have had a better deal. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that other hotel. I've stayed at it before. 60 quid a night is an absolute bargain. It's lovely, comfortable rooms. They do have a gym. It's nothing impressive. There's barely any equipment, but they've got something at least. And especially if this was more of a touristy trip where I was doing a lot of sightseeing, if I was here, you know, in the winter, for example, where you can actually go outside without roasting, then to be honest, I'll probably stick to the cheaper hotels for that kind of trip. But for a stay like this, when you can't go outside and you're just stopping over, why not splurge a bit when the prices are low? So overall, a well-located and lovely hotel with great food, excellent service, fantastic gym, and a pretty nice price tag in the summer, especially if you're able to use those Amex perks like I did. I flew in and out of Riyadh on the brand new airline Riyadh Air, and if you want to see what that was like in economy or premium economy, watch one of these next. Thanks for watching.